All right, let's talk about something huge, a massive shift that's happening right now in our schools. Based on the fantastic work of Dr. Sabuj Ahmed, we're going to dive into how artificial intelligence is no longer just sci-fi, but a real-world ally for both students and teachers.
Just think about that for a second. What if you had a guy there for you 24/7 who knew exactly what you were great at and where you were struggling? Someone who could adapt every single lesson just for you. Well, that's not some far-off dream. That's the core promise of AI in education, and it's starting to become a reality.
And this slide really paints the picture, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the classroom most of us probably remember. Everyone on the same page, at the same pace. It worked, but it definitely wasn't perfect for everyone. But now look at the other side. The AI-powered classroom completely flips that script. We're talking personalized learning paths, instant feedback. It's a move from one-size-fits-all to one-size-fits-one.
And this quote from Dr. Ahmed just hits the nail on the head. This isn't about replacing teachers with algorithms, not at all. It's about giving them a co-pilot, an incredible tool that helps them do what they do best, but even better. So you might be wondering, how did we even get to this point? It might feel like AI just exploded onto the scene, but really, its roots in education have been growing for decades. Let's take a quick look at that journey.
This didn't happen overnight. You know, way back in the 90s, we had some pretty basic computer programs. Then the 2000s gave us things like Blackboard and Moodle. In the 2010s, things got a lot smarter with adaptive learning. And now, well, here we are in the 2020s, in the age of generative AI. Every single step has been building toward this moment.
Okay, so this brings us to the really exciting part. What this actually means for students. We're talking about a learning experience that's built around the individual, not the other way around.
The magic behind all this personalization is a concept called machine learning. And it sounds complex, but the idea is actually pretty simple. Instead of a programmer writing out every single rule, the computer learns from data. It sees patterns in how a student is doing and makes smart decisions all on its own to help them learn better.
So what does this actually look like in a classroom? Well, take a tool like Dreambox Learning. It watches how a student is tackling math problems. Are they flying through them? Great. The AI gives them a tougher challenge. Are they getting stuck? The AI dials it back, maybe offers a hint or a simpler problem. It's this constant, real-time dance between the student and the software.
Now let's take that idea and kick it up a notch with what are called intelligent tutoring systems. This is where we get right back to that first question we asked, giving every single student their own personal tutor. These systems do more than just adapt. They're designed to guide and explain, almost like a human mentor would.
So here's how something like Carnegie Learning's cognitive tutor works. A student gets stuck. Instead of just giving them the answer, the AI actually analyzes how they're trying to solve the problem and gives a super specific hint to get them unstuck. The student figures it out themselves. See? That's not just about learning an answer, it's about learning how to think.
So, we've seen how amazing this can be for students, but what about the teachers? This is where AI really shines as the ultimate classroom assistant, freeing up our educators to focus on the stuff that really matters, actually connecting with and inspiring their kids. Just look at this chart. It's kind of staggering when you see it laid out. A huge chunk of a teacher's day, over a third of it, is spent on admin and planning. Another whole quarter is just grading. That's precious time that could be spent one-on-one with students, and that's exactly the problem AI can help solve.
And here's how. Tools like Gradescope can automate grading, even for really complex stuff. Platforms like LessonUp can help whip up creative lesson plans in minutes. AI can even handle boring stuff like attendance. It takes all those tedious, repetitive tasks off their plate so they can be the mentors and guides they want to be.
Of course, it's not all a walk in the park. This is a brand new frontier, and with any powerful new technology, we've got to be smart about it. There are some really important questions we have to tackle head-on.
And this is the big one, right? For this to really work for everyone, it has to be fair. We have to think seriously about data privacy. And, maybe most importantly, we need to make sure this doesn't just become a tool for rich schools, making the gap even wider. These are real hurdles we have to clear.
But the good news is, for every challenge, there are safeguards we can put in place. To fight bias, we need to train AI on really diverse data. To protect privacy, we need strong, clear rules. And to close that digital divide, we need real initiatives to make sure every single student has access. The solutions are there, but we have to be intentional about it.
So, as we start to wrap this up, let's just pull back and look at the big picture. We are truly at a turning point in the history of education. We have the tools to completely rethink how we learn.
And this brings us right back to that core idea from Dr. Ahmed. This is the main takeaway. The real power of AI isn't unlocked when it replaces people, but when it enhances what they do. It's about giving every teacher a set of superpowers to meet the unique needs of every kid in their classroom.
And that really leaves us with this final thought. This change is already here. It's happening. So the question we have to ask ourselves is no longer if AI will change education. The question is, how are we, all of us, going to guide it to build a future that's more personal, more fair, and more human than ever before?